Hello and welcome to episode 23 of the Something Something podcast, and as always with me, Dan.
And me, Kev.
Welcome back. Today we've got the special guest on,
Yes.
Nigel from mayamada.
We met him, didn't we, from London Film and Comic Con?
Yeah, London Film and Comic Con.
Last Saturday. And we asked him to be a guest, and he said yes. So.
Yeah, he said, he said it to us. He said, I'll be a guest on your show.
He did,
I was
actually,
like, yeah, come on.
Yeah.
So,
come on.
We'll go straight into that. It's around a 20-minute call.
Yeah.
So, enjoy and have a quick listen. This is what we pre-recorded earlier.
Yeah.
We'll go into it straight away, and we'll come back straight to you. Okay, everyone, we have Nigel on the phone at the moment from mayamada. It's his own company, and he's... I'm going to get him to tell you all about himself and new listeners. So, Nigel, if you don't mind telling new listeners about what you do and what is currently upcoming and things, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Okay, sure, no problem. Hi guys, good morning. So, like I said, my name's Nigel. I'm the co-founder of mayamada, and mayamada is basically it's a new company. It's our story-based clothing brand inspired by anime and manga. So what we've done is we've created our own world of characters, all inspired by the Japanese animation and comic style. We've given them all a story, and we tell the story through comic books, which we create ourselves, and then we mix that with clothing, so t-shirts, sweatshirts, hats, that kind of thing. That will have the characters, like the characters on them, the faces and things like that. So it's a mix of clothing and comics based on our own characters.
That's wicked. And the most popular selling thing for you at the moment, would you say it was the Samurai Chef?
Samurai Chef.
Yeah, I think that's been like one of the most popular things, the Samurai Chef comic book. So that's our first full volume. We released that in, I think it was November 2014.
Yeah, so it's quite recent.
It's the complete story of the Samurai Chef.
So what was the inspiration for Samurai Chef? What made you thought let's go into a comic?
We get asked that a lot because it's kind of it's a simple concept but a little crazy, so we get a lot of people asking like, how did you come up with this? But I think for us it was like me and my co-founder Lau, we like creating stories and coming up with different characters. And me personally, so I wrote the Samurai Chef, and obviously I had food on my mind at the time, but it was just something we wanted to parody. So we wanted to parody the idea of the cooking show, like Iron Chef and things like that, and just stretch it to comedic proportions, really. So we came up with the Samurai Chef character, who is a very, very serious monkey. So I thought that was a nice contradiction.
Yeah, you can see that. I can see that from the book.
Show.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
I've read it all now.
Yes.
I've read 1 and 2. So when is the Samurai Chef going to be returning?
That's a good question. Actually, I don't have an answer for you for that. So that book you read is the complete story. So without spoiling it for anyone who hasn't read it yet, that's kind of the story of the Samurai Chef so far.
Okay. So
what we're going to be doing now is going to our other characters.
Oh, cool. So you've got other books lined up.
Yeah, it's in the back of the book, isn't it? Are we talking about the what's this, 11th Hour and Hot Lunch? Is that right?
Yeah. So those are two of the group of stories that we've got. So I mean, just to go back a bit to explain about the world we've created. The whole mayamada universe is a television network with an all-animal cast of characters. So you'll obviously read the book, so you notice all the characters are animals, and all the main characters belong to different shows on the network. So if you kind of imagine, like HBO is a network with different shows on it, like mayamada. That's the kind of concept we created. So we've got this universe of different shows, and we tell the story of each show through comic books. So Samurai Chef was the first one. We're now going to go on to our next one, which actually not 11th Hour or Hot Lunch. We had a bit of a reshuffle of the order since we made that book. So our next show is going to be Serious, which is out in
Okay.
And then after that, in probably November, will be Hot Lunch. So that's the next two we're looking at this year.
So do you intend these comics to sort of eventually come together? Would they be appearing in each other's comics at all, or?
Yeah, we've discussed that a bit. For now, we're going to keep them separate, but we want to make more comic content, and you'll probably see a bit of crossover, not necessarily in each other's stories, but if we create one-off comics that show maybe behind the scenes, you might see different characters.
That'd be really cool. Yeah.
Different shows, yeah, just
kind of like a documentary about what goes on. Yeah, that'd be just really cool.
Yeah, I've seen in the back of the book, like, the amazing people that made this book possible. There's loads, isn't there? And you've designed it like the chef hat and the sword. That looks pretty cool. I just had to mention that. That's pretty good.
Yeah. No,
we had a bit of help. Yeah.
So when it comes to comics in general, and this comic, what was your inspiration? Is there anything that you read that you really love that you thought, I want to go from that and lead from that, or is it just the idea of making a comic and just seeing how far it's going to go?
Yeah, I mean, the whole Japanese influence came a lot from my co-founder Lau, and he's always been into Japanese culture, anime, manga, and he kind of pulled me into it a little bit. I've been watching cartoons and for ages, still do, and I got into anime through Dragon Ball Z. Before that, I watched a lot of. I don't know if you remember a show called Samurai Pizza Cats.
No.
I haven't heard of that one, to be fair.
Oh, okay.
I know Samurai X. If you know that one.
It was like a team of three cats, and they had these samurai suits, and they ate a lot of pizza. The title kind of tells the whole story of the show, really. But that was I used to watch that as a kid a lot.
Oh, right.
I'm gonna look that up.
Dragon Ball Z, it's definitely. It's Dan's favorite. I remember that Yu-Gi-Oh! I used to be addicted to that. That was kind of like my foray into sort of cartoons at the time, and even now I can still watch it.
I still love Dragon Ball Z, and I always talk about it. Even the new series has come out, Dragon Ball Super, which follows on from the Dragon Ball Z universe.
Yeah.
And it's absolutely brilliant, and I will be watching that more. And I can't wait for the return of Frieza to come out in an English version.
Okay, yeah.
If you've seen that advertised as well.
I haven't actually. I haven't seen that, but I remember that was a big moment in the show.
Yeah.
So Kickstarter was a big help then for you in this comic. Then you went to was it for the comic or was it for the company as well? You used Kickstarter for?
It was specifically for the comic. So yeah, I mean, like you saw the credits in the back of the book.
Yeah.
We decided to put the names of all the people that backed our various fundraising efforts in the book, just so they'll be remembered. So yeah, we did. So the Samurai Chef kind of came in two parts. We did a volume 1 in 2013, and we funded that through Indiegogo. And then we came to do the complete edition through Kickstarter. And yeah, that's both of those campaigns allowed us to kind of raise the funds to produce the artwork and printing for both comics.
That's brilliant. Kickstarter, it's really good for things like this, especially when it's helping smaller people grow as well. And the fact that you can, when people contribute, you can give them something back as well, like you've done in the book. You've mentioned their name.
Yeah.
And
I mean, that's one of the few things that we did for the backers, because we had a number of different awards. So I mean, everyone who contributed got their name in the book, and then it sort of went up in stages in terms of awards. So
and what you do,
the biggest one we did was make personalized comics for 3 different backers. So we put them, we created their own characters. So they sent us details of their own characters and their chef teams, and then we created a I think 10 or 12-page comic featuring all those characters that had meals that faced off against the Samurai Chef.
Oh, that's cool.
That's awesome.
Public, but I think at some point we'll kind of put that out.
But I mean, that would be if I got that as someone who contributed, I think that I would really appreciate that. I think the fact that you've we've helped you out, but you've gone that extra mile to give something back as well to them, which I think is really important. And like Kickstarter's massive. Like even quite big film companies now are going to Kickstarter to fund films.
I've
And
seen,
it's so you don't
Would
really
you
worry
prefer Indiegogo over Kickstarter or Kickstarter over Indiegogo?
I think, good question. I think Kickstarter probably has still the biggest brand recognition, so maybe for us as fundraisers, maybe prefer that. But what happened at the time of doing the Indiegogo is that Kickstarter wasn't actually available in the UK, so we kind of didn't have much of a choice.
Oh, okay.
But to go through that, so and the advantage, the difference with Indiegogo is that whereas Kickstarter is only all or nothing, so either you hit your target or you get nothing. Whereas Indiegogo allows an option for basically take what you get kind of model. So even if you don't hit your target, you can have the option to say, okay, we'll take what we raised and then try and put together the project.
Yeah, no, it's done.
Yeah,
well.
I hadn't heard of Indiegogo before, so I'd heard of Kickstarter, but not Indiegogo. But...
Yeah, so that's what I mean. Kickstarter's got like a biggest sort of branding out there, but.
So do you intend to use Kickstarter again then for maybe another edition of a comic, or?
Yeah, I think in future we will look at another Kickstarter, just because as well as raising money, it does serve as like a promotional tool really to get your comic out.
It does, yeah.
Backers and buyers before the comic's release, which is really cool for us. But I think what we're going to do for our next couple of comics is actually look at a platform called Patreon. I don't know if you guys have heard of that.
No.
You can elaborate, because I'm new to that.
Okay.
Enlighten us.
Just a quick sort of summary, like it's another crowdfunding platform, but unlike Kickstarter, where that is, you get like the 30 days to raise a lump sum for a finite project. Patreon works on subscription, so people are saying, I agree to give you X amount a month for you to produce sort of regular content. So it works a lot for people who do web comics, who do podcasts, things with content that comes out on a regular basis. Oh,
sweet. That's interesting.
Yeah, so we're going to look at that for producing issues, or regular issues of our comics. And then that will allow us to kind of put more stuff out that people can enjoy. So different characters and stories. So we're going to look at that in the next couple of months.
Just a quick couple of other questions anyway, before we obviously move on or go. What's been the most rewarding part of your project in your professional career, in or out of comics, and why?
I think the most rewarding really is seeing what I would call super fans, is meeting super fans at conventions and places. So people who, when we tell them about the brand and any particular character or story, and they just get such a positive reaction from them. So I mean, an example is I did a convention in France at the beginning of the month for Japan Expo, and met a guy there. His name's Cyril, and I had a talk with him. He's one of the sort of few people that spoke good enough English for me to actually have a conversation.
Yeah.
Which is great. Yeah, because my French still isn't quite up to standard. But so I managed to have a conversation with him and telling him about the brand, and he just really took to the idea. He's become one of our biggest supporters, getting the comic, and we're actually going to turn him into a character in one of our.
Oh really? Oh wow, that's cool.
I think that's been the most rewarding, just to create something and have people who you don't know just have such a positive reaction.
So I can imagine these events are really your biggest outlet to get your brand out there, because we saw you last week at London Film Comic Con, and the amount of stalls that are there, do you kind of feel a bit daunted at first with that, in terms of bigger stalls around you, or do you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a challenge. Yeah, I mean they're great. I mean, we live in a world now where we've got social media, lots of online tools for reaching a wide number of people, which is great. But I feel to some extent still, at least at this level, what we can still do is like meeting people face to face and being. I think it makes a difference for people to meet the creators, the people responsible for the comments and the clothing.
Absolutely, yeah.
Whatever it may be. So I think that's good for us to just meet people. So it can be hard because you have to stand out against like as you saw some bigger.
You do, yeah.
Bigger stores and bigger names. But I think the more we do it, we'll be able to like improve our own kind of setup.
Well, at the end of the day, you have to start somewhere, don't you? Everyone starts from somewhere, and the fact that you're there is brilliant. And like I said, you're introducing your comic, you're talking to people. Like you spoke to us. We was engaged as soon as you told us the comic.
I was like, wow.
Yeah.
It sounded awesome. So we wanted to support you, buy the comic, and talk about it as well, because we're under the impression that we want to help everyone. Help each other in the day, because especially with social media now, it's got to the point where if you don't find something, someone will tell you something, because they tweet about it, they post about it on Facebook, and I think it's brilliant. Really, I think like it's all good. Everyone's helping each other, and I'm hoping like you'll get bigger stands and you'll do really well. So
I have to say,
thanks for stopping by as well.
That's fine. We'll be buying some more if you keep them coming. So.
I've been really taken in by the brand and the comic. When I read it, I just read it all the way through. I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
And,
cool.
Keep it up. Don't give up or anything, because I like it. And your clothing brands are pretty cool as well. I was looking at the hats you have, and it's like samurai.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, like I said, we mixed them, so the two work together. So you saw the samurai hats that have the detail on the underside of the bill, like from the actual. So there's actually pages from the comic we put on the underside of the hat.
Sweet.
And it all works together. And I think you saw the chocolate as well.
Yeah.
I must have shown you that.
Yeah.
So we do chocolate as well. So it's kind of.
We'll have to try it next time.
Yeah, we need to get some more. I think we've got one more question, have we, from you, Kev?
Yeah, we've got one more. I was going to say something else before that, though.
Go on.
Jumping a bit ahead, obviously, I think in terms of anime, I think this would portray really well as a cartoon.
You know what? I was going to say the same thing. Like, it says it's not a TV program yet.
Yeah. Does that mean you've been thinking about the idea of that, or?
We have, yes. So we kind of put that in there to sort of, leave the door open, because we do get asked that question a lot. Like, are these TV shows? And at the moment, it's a no. And the main reason is because, as we found out, animation is really expensive.
Yeah.
So it's
unless it's stickmen.
That's our goal to establish stories.
So it's more about trying to build the brand first, and then if it's an option down the line, you would try and look at it. Oh, okay, stop.
We lost you there. So we're back.
Right. Yeah. So I think as I was saying is that it's more about it's building the brand first, then, and getting your name out there. And if that's an option for the future, and you'll certainly look into it.
Yes, animation is definitely a goal that we want to do. We just need to work our way up to that point. So little steps, and then once we establish all the stories and the characters, then we'll find a way to turn them into animation. So in the book, it kind of hints at that. So
I hope it
at
happens.
some point,
I'd love that.
Yeah.
I like these sort of things because I'm aspiring voice actor, ain't I? And I like to try and get my voice on things.
Yeah.
I do different types of voices, and I'm on like Behind the Voice Actors. Have you heard of that website? No, yeah. You go on there.
Maybe I can check it out.
You can put your project on there, and people can voice over the whole comic. So you can advertise the characters on there. So, for example, Samurai Chef, the monkey character with his sword, and you can just put a brief description in there,
of how he
and
talks.
then how you want him to be portrayed, and then you get people on there like myself will do the voice, and you get to choose who you want to cast. It's a free service, and people just join it, and then you can obviously say what they get out of it, whether they get paid or will they just get a copy of the work. I think it's really good.
Yeah, it might build your, extend your brand.
Yeah, I was reading it. I was like, I'd love to voice some of this, like these characters and what I was doing. I was like,
that sounds like an idea.
Behind the Voice Actors comic book voiceover. So
certainly something to think about.
They give you an idea there.
Yeah, there was one more question we had. So it was, so really, what would you tell someone? So someone starting out brand new in trying to get into comics, what would be your big advice to help that person really start and get the ball rolling?
The best advice, I think, to be honest, the best advice is just start. I think I've definitely done this before, and I see this a lot where people, you're quite hesitant to start something because you think like you might not be good enough, or such and such might not be perfect, so you don't have the perfect conditions to start. And I think the best advice is like just to remember there are no perfect conditions to start. You can always start somewhere, like you guys said, and just do something to build up and kind of learn along the way. So I think for anyone starting their own comic is to just do what you can now and keep doing it. Build up, learn as you go, and if you're persistent and your work is good, you'll find a way to make it work.
I guess it's just one big learning curve, isn't it? Me and Dan have had the same with the podcast. We started out, with very little in terms of knowledge and how it works, and then
us too.
and eventually now we're having guests on, and we're getting some like interest in it as well. So we're kind of like a bit blown away a little bit, and we've got a couple of events we've got press passes too later on in the year as well. So it's crazy, but like you said, it's definitely worth sticking to something, no matter how bad or good it is, and just at the end of the day, like you said, you'll find a way, and and you'll get an interest. So
Okay, well, Nigel, we'll let you get on with your day.
Cool,
thanks very much for coming on.
Guest. Thank you very much. We'll certainly we'll send out your links as well to your Twitter and your website, and
we'll hopefully have you again on soon, another day.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Talking about
definitely. We'll let you know when we've got our next comic and everything's going on with the brand.
Yeah, cool.
That'd be great.
Take care, Nigel. Thank you very much.
Alright, thank you.
Guys. Cheers.
Take care.
Bye.
So
that was Nigel.
Yes.
Thank you very much for coming on the show today.
Yep. As always, you can. Do you want to give out his links? So his website is mayamada.com, and
the Twitter is the same. It's at
the same,
mayamada, MAYAMADA, and that's the same with Facebook as well, I believe.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and they're on Instagram as well under the same name. Really
creator.
Cool guest. Really cool guest. Well, he's co-creator.
And his co-creator.
Co-creator. Yeah, really cool guest. That was actually a really good conversation, wasn't it?
I'm happy with that, and I hope you will check out that idea I gave him as well.
Flowed very well indeed.
So we'll carry on with the usual stuff that we come out with.
We're going to have something different, I think. Aside from the interview, we're going to we're going to talk about our top 5 films of the year so far. I better just say mine because I don't go to the cinema much. Well, we'll just debate. We'll say your first one and I'll say my first one.
So first one I suppose is top 5 Avengers, obviously. Age of Ultron.
That's in mine as well. So yeah.
Yeah, that's obvious, really, isn't it? I suppose.
I mean, there's no particular order either. It's just top 5 we've seen. Age of Ultron was really good. I guess I kind of want to see it again though, because people have been saying it's not as good as it is like when you first watch it. Like,
what?
Yeah, have you not heard that?
Don't get me wrong.
The reviews for it haven't been the kindest. But I loved it. I actually thought it was really good. 3D, not so much. I saw it in IMAX, but it wasn't the best.
I'll get out of town, man.
But no, the film's really good. It's definitely up there. I can't wait for Civil War. That's going to be.
Yeah, when's that again? That's like ages away now.
It's next year.
Oh, yes, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And next year is also Batman vs Superman as well.
Oh, yes, that's the one that I'm looking forward to. That one is the first one.
So that's in the top 5, locked in.
2, I liked Home.
Home, yeah.
Yeah, with Jim Parsons and Rihanna.
I've seen that.
It was very Rihanna-ized with her music and everything.
It wasn't it? It was basically here's Rihanna.
Yeah, and this is her film.
Yeah, pretty much.
Don't call it Home, call it Rihanna film. No, it was alright though. It was quite a good.
His voice did annoy me a little bit.
Oh yeah.
His voice was quite annoying at some point.
Every time I heard his voice, it just reminded me of Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, because you can just see Sheldon. You can't really see the actor.
Yeah, the alien character
playing him. So yours is Home. My second one is Unfriended.
Unfriend. Oh, that's the Skype thing.
It was the Skype horror film, which was all based on a screen on cinema. So the screen was this person's laptop, and that's all you ever. It never broke away from that. So we always had chat windows. It was fully funded, fully supported by Skype. All the Microsoft programs were on there, so they must have got a lot of branding. People said, come sponsor us and do it. But no, really, have you seen that yet?
Nope.
Oh, so good. Really, really good.
We'll watch it.
It's clever. They should be out on DVD soon. I think it's called, in America, it's called Cybernatural. So.
I will watch that.
I think it's Unfriended, so that's mine.
Third, I'm actually copying you on this link because I'll send you a list.
Yeah.
John Wick.
Yes. I didn't know you've seen that.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Oh, mate.
I liked it a lot.
Brilliant.
I was like, Keanu Reeves smashing up again.
He's going to do another 2 as well.
Is he?
Yeah. They intend to build a franchise, which I hate the word franchise, because they did that with Taken and didn't work with Taken.
No.
Taken 2 or Taken 3. Shit.
Well, then it'll be a Taken 4, because how many things can he take out of his house?
Wooden spoons. The cat.
Yeah. Wooden spoons.
You took my cat.
You took my cutlery. I'm going
to fork you.
I'm going to fork you.
Fork you.
Oh my god, fork me.
Fuck you. Yeah, John Wick's really cool, really good action. If you haven't seen it, go and check it out. It's basically probably one of Keanu Reeves' best films, actually.
Definitely.
Up there with Matrix, 100%. That's my also third one. So my fourth one is Insidious 3.
I agree. We've got the same sort of ideas because it's only been, July of 2015, so there's not been too many out this year.
I've seen a lot of films, but these are the ones that are sticking out to me. Insidious. I thought that's the best one by far.
No, and before that, isn't it? Yeah, is this our fourth one? Insidious 3.
Yeah, that's
I'm
the
not
fourth
talking
one.
about. No. I mean, this is our fourth one out of 5. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Insidious 3 is the fourth one, and the last one.
I'm going to say something different.
Okay, you go first then.
I'm going to say Arnold Schwarzenegger in Maggie.
Oh, okay.
The horror that came out on Friday recently.
Is it horror?
It's not really horror. It's more like if you play the game The Last of Us, it's that / 28 Days Later or something else. But it's about him looking after his daughter while she's got the zombie virus.
She's turning.
Yeah, while she's turning. And he can't prevent it. There's not really a cure. It's just like a preventative thing that they can take. But yeah, eventually she sort of almost succumbs to it in the film. I'm not giving away too much spoilers if you want to watch it. But yeah, it's worth a watch.
Yeah, I want to see that.
I'd probably give it a 5 to 6 out of 10 though.
I like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
It's a completely different role for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
because that was kind of like End of Days. Have you seen that?
I love End of Days. That's like one of my faves.
Yeah, again, a different kind of role for him because he's known for action and things like that. He hasn't really done much horror as such, has he? So so that's pretty cool. My fifth one, my final fifth one, probably has been the best film I've seen this year by far. Jurassic World.
Jurassic World. I need to watch it yet.
Jurassic World is amazing, still is amazing, and is now the third highest grossing film of all time.
The third?
The third. It's beaten Age of Ultron.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought Age of Ultron would be up there.
No, it's the third. It's brilliant. You have to watch it. It's so good. And because it's done so well, they have announced a sequel in 2018, Jurassic World 2.
Ah, why not?
I don't know if they're going to call it Jurassic World 2.
How's it going to play out?
That's what I mean. Because obviously I know how it ends, and I don't want to say anything, but it kind of doesn't really end like it could continue. No, like Godzilla when it ended and the egg at the end.
Yeah.
I wanted a sequel.
Yeah, and it never really come into it. No.
And back then I was really adamant that they can't just leave a film like that, but you can obviously.
Yeah, you can, but you can just have to make it up in your head how the egg then got splattered with it in it. A bit of...
The next film just be them coming along finding it and shooting it.
Yeah. Pow! It was taken out.
Dead. That's it. So Jurassic World for me is my fifth one, and it's brilliant. It's so good.
That's a good little 5 list there. Yeah. I like that. Moving on. Move along. What about this week's classics, baby?
Classics?
We need to always do a classics of the week. We do this every week. Oh, we didn't ask Nigel his classic of the week.
No, we didn't. Well,
Maybe you'll let us know by tweet or something.
Tweet him.
But here we go.
Classics of the week. Classics where we talk about movies and games.
Yeah.
You want to listen to the classics, and we love to talk about them just as much as you like to listen to them. Classics
It's about the retro.
retro.
Yeah. That's
Well,
our little jingle we do every week. If you don't like it, never mind.
It's not gonna, we're going to keep it. We're keeping the jingle.
We're keeping the jingle.
Classics then.
So,
You kick off the classics.
with regards to the game classic of the week, it's a classic Mega Drive game that I used to love playing. I used to play it loads. It's called Cool Spot. Now, Cool Spot is literally a spot. And I think it was taken from the idea of the
What's
7-Up.
spot?
You know, like the 7-Up old spot.
Oh, I thought you meant like a space spot.
Was it 7-Up? It was either 7-Up Sprite or something else. It wasn't a Sprite. I believe it was off 7-Up. There was a spot on 7-Up and he was part of the branding of that. Or Pepsi or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, it's a good game. It's literally a red spot with a pair of sunglasses and arms and legs, and you could fire little like air balls at people,
Bubbles.
and he would surf, and it's a cool little game.
What was the
cool spot?
What was the idea of the game? What did you have to do?
It's like a platform. It's almost like Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh, platform sort of.
Yeah, like you run across the screen, you gotta collect shit, and you gotta find, I think, the spots that make up. You collect spots along the game, and the more spots you get, it's better. It's been a while since I played it. To be honest.
Saying, it's been been years. Since
Yeah, it's been. This is like 90s.
You wouldn't have known about it if you hadn't seen
We're
it.
looking at 95, 98 here or something.
I was like seven years old.
I was just. Yeah, I can't remember.
A little boy, lost in the woods.
What's your game of the week?
My game of the week is quite old school actually, in relation to the classics. It's WWF No Mercy.
The World Wildlife Foundation.
At the time, it was the World Wrestling Federation, but they had to obviously change the name to Entertainment because of the World Federation. Yeah, No Mercy, and it's probably still to this day the best wrestling game out there by far.
Hands down, is it?
Hands down. And people have been trying to campaign. This guy made a newer version of the game with the engine that they used in terms of creating the moves. And I think he tried to do a Kickstarter for it to get. I don't think it went anywhere. But yeah, it's so good. And it was one of the games where nowadays you have your standard matches. You can have a ladder match. You can have a championship match, etc. Triple threat match, tag team match. But this you could have like a triple threat tag team first blood ladder match, tables and chairs. Like there was no end to the rules you could have.
Oh my god.
So you could have a ladder match, but the actual game, the way to win it was to bleed someone. Like you had to make someone bleed first, and first blood. If you bled, you won. Sort of.
Yeah.
Thing.
What console was this on?
Nintendo 64.
Oh, so it must have been pretty good.
It was really cool. You could be Vince McMahon. You could be all like the bosses and people backstage.
Ooh.
And I really want to
Quite
play
a
it
good
again.
classic, huh?
Because I saw it in Comic Con. I was like, oh my god, if I had Nintendo,
WWF.
I would have bought it. If I
WWE, no mercy.
WWE No Mercy. That's my classic game.
And your film?
My film. I don't know if you've seen it actually. It's 2002. It's called Panic Room.
I've seen it. I've seen trailers for it and stuff, but I haven't seen it.
You've not seen it?
No.
Oh, it's so good.
Is that the one with the button?
It's the one with Jodie Foster in,
And
and she has this house, which has this panic room. The house is getting burgled, basically, and they know about the room. And it's the one room they want to get into, and it's also the one room that actually keeps Jodie Foster and her kids safe, I think. It's also got Forrest Whitaker in. I don't know who the other guy is, but it's so good. Like how it ends as well. Like the whole idea that when they're in the panic room, they can't get out basically, and you've got these guys and they have cameras. They know where she is. They're constantly watching her, and then it sort of gets a bit further into the story and why they're doing it as well. But you have to watch it. It's really really cool.
I will then.
It's a good thriller.
My classic film has to be this week. Don't laugh. Have you seen Freddy vs. Jason?
Yeah.
That's my classic this week.
I know it's one of them films that's so bad it's good.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah.
And that bit like where they're in the dream and Freddy's like thrusting and he's like bing bing and Jason's like being bounced around the room because he's in the dream world like a freaking pinball. That scene just made me laugh every time.
That reminds me of the scene from Jason X, where he's done it before in one of the other Freddy Jason films, where it's like they're playing this game which pings like in a virtual world, and there's these two girls like in a tent, and it's just to throw Jason off because so they can run away from him, like the real people. So he goes over to this tent, picks up this girl in a sleeping bag, he starts bashing the other girl
Oh my god.
with a sleeping bag, and then he smashes it against a tree. Oh, it's ridiculous. I love the Jason films, they're so good.
So yeah, I thought that was quite a good little choice there.
That reminds me, we need to be watching Sharknado.
Sharknado.
Do you know there's Sharknado 3 now?
What is Sharknado?
You've ever seen Sharknado?
Is it a shark tornado?
Yes.
What?
That's exactly what
What,
it
a
is.
shark comes onto the land and starts tornadoing shit? How fucking...
No, what happens? So, a tornado starts and it goes into the sea, and the sharks get up into the tornado, and it just wreaks havoc on like the cities. Like it sort of, and everyone gets eaten up. So basically, the tornado's going along with sharks in, just eating everyone up. It's
Oh my god.
It's sci-fi. You know, sci-fi.
That's a weird concept of a film.
It's brilliant.
Yeah, I know, but tornado goes in sea, sucks up some sharks, goes tornado around the city.
Kills a lot
How
of
does
people.
it stop?
Oh, it does stop. I don't remember. Do you know what? When I watched it,
you have to tell me if you can remember, because I ain't going to watch this.
I don't quite remember it. I just remember like the graphics are so bad. It's got Tara Reid in of American Pie fame. This is how low she's gone in terms of acting.
Sharknado.
And there was also Sharknado 2 and the title was called The Second One. And there's now
Oh my god.
now where the Sharknado came back and it actually went on fire as well, I think, at one point. And there's recently been
days.
Sharknado 3. There's a lot of cameos in. David Hasselhoff, some wrestlers have been in it, been eaten up. It's actually like making a lot of money for sci-fi.
Yeah, I think it's just one of those shit films.
But
that have to be
the
watched.
problem is, it's got to the point now where they're making it intentionally crap because it's so good.
I might just make my own shit film.
You go into Asda, right? You look at their DVD pile. I think I saw one. What was it? I think it was Frankenstein. No, it was Barack Zombie, something like that.
So Barack Obama as a
Osama
zombie.
bin Zombie.
I was going to say Barack Obama as a zombie?
Osama bin Zombie.
Osama bin Zombie. What the hell, man, is going on with these titles?
I want to know how they're getting the money to make these films.
Yeah, how are you going to... Oh, it must be just filmed off of a standard camera, surely.
Because we talked about doing like short films before, which we still need to look back in.
Yeah, we want to do a little ghost horror one, don't we?
We've got great ideas as well, but
we're not telling you because it's a secret.
I don't want to be serious about it. I want to like Wolfman,
Yeah.
like elephant.
Kev, the ginger that comes alive on his head, it comes and eats you or something.
That would be a good one, wouldn't it? Ginger virus.
Yeah, ginger virus. Oh no, I'm turning into ginger.
I'm going to make this film now.
Yeah, so
Coming soon, in a world where there'll be no gingers left.
I'm going to quickly...
One man.
Oh my god. Just touch on some other stuff that we normally talk about quickly. Quickly now.
Quickly.
Quick on one touch on games.
Games.
I'm looking forward to Hitman coming out again.
See, I'm not a big fan of him.
I'll get out of it. It looks amazing.
Yeah, but they look amazing, but how do you win?
Kill people. Go around, get tasks.
Yeah, but isn't there like different ways to kill people?
Yeah, it's all like...
And it's just like, when I looked at it, it's so slow. Like,
No, yeah, I still like it, so I'm going to get it, and I'll do a review on it when it comes out.
Review.
Angry Birds 2 is coming out on the 30th of July, so a few days away.
So what are they...
Well, Angry Birds, from the first one, they've done Angry Birds Space, Angry Birds Star Wars, so this is the official Angry Birds 2
Alright.
follow-on.
Is it on console?
No, this is just obviously on Android and App Stores.
Is it free?
I don't know yet. I don't think it's going to be free the first initial. You might get a free trial, might get one level or something.
Because they made a lot of money at that.
But it looks alright. I think there's some new birds in it and stuff.
Oh, lovely.
And
The merchandising for that has gone insane.
yeah,
it?
everyone likes Angry
Like
Birds.
that company.
It's gone down a bit actually lately, but I think that's why they need to release it now to start it up again.
I'm going to actually Google how much Angry Birds is worth. I'm just curious.
Angry Birds is worth quite a bit. Technology-wise, iPhone 6s/7 has been announced to go live this autumn. as they always do. There's going to be like new
Are
features
they
in there. New
7
notes
already?
app. Yeah, it's either the 6S or the 7. They don't know what it's going to be called yet because it's all rumoured, but they've announced it, so everyone's going, "Oh my god, it's going to be something good."
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's just a quick one. And in the front page of the internet, because there's strange news and stuff, the Today I Learned thing, I wanted to read out to you, didn't I? There was a couple. You know Charlie Sheen?
Yeah.
Charlie Sheen was sentenced for using a prostitute once. The judge asked him why a man like him would have to pay for sex because he's quite wealthy. Charlie Sheen reportedly replied, "I don't pay them for sex. I pay them to leave."
What?
And where is it? What else did I say to you earlier? I said something really good. Oh yeah, that was it.
Oh, yeah.
Santa Claus is a Marvel character. He has powers that include teleportation, the ability to shapeshift, and he once saved the X-Men on Christmas Eve.
Well, teleportation will explain how he delivers presents
he can
so
get in
much.
the house.
Poof, 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 poof.
But the ability to shapeshift, that's quite interesting.
So he can become something else. He can become the Grinch.
Yeah, or whatever, really. But I thought that was quite cool. But
Yeah.
that comic out there is somewhere.
I'll find it. I'll find it. Anyway, so going back to how much Angry Birds is worth.
Yeah, go on.
So Rovio, the maker of Angry Birds,
That's right.
they're apparently valued at 6 billion to 9 billion. Billion!
Yeah, it's quite a lot of money.
5.5 billion apparently, Sky News have said they're worth.
How recent is that?
That was 3 years ago.
Oh, right, that's 3 years ago. So money might have gone down a little bit since, but they're still probably earning billions.
But the shares in that, it's like if you'd got shares in Facebook when it first died.
Yeah, you'd be like...
You'd be laughing. 1%.
Mr. Megabucks.
How much?
Big
So anyway,
numbers.
I've got some. I've got some news. So one of the biggest things, the Spectre trailer.
Oh yeah, that looks
it's so
amazing.
good. Like, I do love Bond, but there's been rubbish ones, like i.e. Quantum of Solace was rubbish.
I loved Casino Royale.
That's brilliant, and so was Skyfall.
Yeah, but Quantum of
This
Solace
is-
was a bit like...
Yeah, it was just rushed, wasn't it? It was like, I'll just get out of the Bond film out there. That was crap. But this one looks so good. It's got Dave Bautista in from Guardians of the Galaxy playing a henchman.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's got some cool fighting scenes. Christoph Waltz playing a bad guy. Interesting how that's linking with the other Bond films, because he's like, I've been there all along. I've been the author to all your hate.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
and it's like, it'll probably go back in time and
did
stuff.
you think he's been in other films we haven't known about it?
Yeah, like Casino Royale and stuff like that. He's like in the background. He'd be like, I've been watching you, Bond!
So yeah, that is amazing. I can't wait for that. And just some random film bits before we finish. So this one made me just ridiculously laugh, because you know what films are like nowadays in terms of, if anything's big, I want to make a movie about it. So Sony Animation picks up a pitch for an emoji film.
Oh, fuck off.
Emoji.
I sweared loud there. Emoji the film.
Emoji the film.
Hi, I'm a face.
Is that how does that even work?
Well, hey, little guy.
Like, I know emojis have become really popular, but I don't use them.
Emojis are just for keyboard use only on your phone and on
Yeah, but
text.
have you seen how many emojis
Why would you
there are?
make...
There is millions of emojis.
Yeah, I know, there's loads of emojis,
But
but why
not-
make a
not
film
the-
out of it?
The core standard ones are
How
the tongue
would-
face, the winky face, the smiley face, the happy face. You know,
Yeah.
the crying face,
Yeah, the cool
the laughing
ones,
one. They're the foundation, and you've got all these other shit ones that are like little tears and
Yeah, little
love
dancing things.
love hearts
and, yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So
How can they make... What is the plot of
I
that?
don't know.
Emojis. Battle of the emojis.
Someone's pitched an idea and they've gone, we like it.
Oh my god. I'm going to pitch a shit idea to Sony and always make it.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know. Battle of the tennis
I
stars
think we
or
should
something.
pitch the ginger virus idea.
The ginger virus, yeah.
Ginger virus.
Ginger virus.
This is quite interesting. But Michael Jackson almost played Jar Jar Binks in The Phantom Menace.
Who?
Jar Jar Binks. Everyone hates him.
Yeah, I hate
Michael
him.
Jackson almost played him.
Michael Jackson almost played Jar Jar Binks.
It would have been
I'm
under
glad
makeup.
he didn't though.
It would have been under makeup. But it would have been even more annoying. It was high
Is
pitch.
he getting killed off in the new film, apparently?
Yeah. And unceremoniously killed off.
Good.
Which means like it's going to be.
Stabbed or
Yeah.
something.
Lynched.
It's like, yeah, his head chopped off with a lightsaber.
And this was quite interesting. So LeBron James, I don't know if you know him,
Yes.
quite a big basketball player.
Talking about
famous.
NBA, yeah.
Yeah. He strikes a new deal with Warner Brothers maybe for Space Jam 2.
Oh yeah, I read about this. Space Jam 2 with him in it. You see, I don't mind. I'm open to the idea.
But Michael Jordan's still around, isn't he?
Yeah, Michael Jordan's around, but he's getting old now, though,
Get Michael
mate.
Jordan back on.
Yeah, but he's getting on a bit.
Space Jam's so good though.
Space Jam is brilliant.
Doesn't Bill Murray play himself in that film?
Yeah.
He does?
Yeah.
Because he's done that quite a lot. Because he plays himself in the zombie film as well. As a zombie.
Yeah, he's cool. I like Bill Murray.
He's known for cameos, isn't he? Playing himself.
Yeah, and I love it.
That's a good film.
Yeah, I might have to watch that again and get my daughter into it. Cause
so Space Jam, hopefully that comes around. Space Jam's quality.
I believe I can fly.
I did there, yeah.
I can touch the sky. Sorry, that was shit.
I think we should end there.
Yeah, we're not on next week.
No, Dan's moving.
That's why this episode's a little bit extended.
House.
Yeah, I'm moving into a new property. And we'll be then broadcasting the following week. And we may have another special guest on who will be with us throughout the entire podcast.
Fingers crossed. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, sick. Okay.
That'll be pretty good.
That'll be good.
And it'll be three of us speaking on the podcast with our next special guest. Stay tuned for that.
Yes. And in the meantime, stay well, stay safe.
And
look after each other.
Follow us, obviously, at The Something Pod, capital T, capital S.
You had to think about that, didn't you?
Yeah, I did, yeah. The Something Pod. Same with facebook.com/The Something Pod.
And what's your Twitter, Dan?
My Twitter individually is at DanMan5K if you wish to follow my random spam.
And mine is at CyrilKevbo.
And again, thank you to Nigel for coming on.
Yeah, thanks, Nigel.
Good luck in the future with Samurai Chef
Hopefully
and the upcoming comics. Yeah, I'll get him on again.
Get on again.
To talk about his upcoming stuff. And we shall see you in
soon.
2 weeks. Yeah.
Goodbye.
Take care now. Bye bye.